Coming up on this episode of The Brain Drain Show.
Like, you are arguably the best handrail skater that's come out of the UK.
They made a full team video and it was like my first ever video. I go through at least a board a week, kind of doing 3 parts right now. Karma felt kind of betrayed by that thing. I've ridden for that company for so long, I felt kind of loyal to them. I don't want to jump around.
No, right, this is...
The first time I ever went to America was with Darkstar. They actually surprised me as Am at the end of that trip. Next thing you know, I get a DM from Jamie. Oh, I've seen your footage, like, would you be down to have a phone call? I was like, yeah, but also myself at the same time because it's Jamie Thomas. I trust him to, like, if I say to Jamie, is this good enough? And he's like, you could do better.
What's your thoughts on DeCuna being on Heelys?
I think people label me as a contest skater because I do contests, and I've done quite well with the contest because of how I've skated. But like, I'm a street skater really, and I've just gone into the contest because why would I not do it? It's a chance to earn some money to help me skateboard more. There's no way any of my sponsors could afford to pay for my flight to America, where SkateboardGB helped me with that. Or SkateboardGB take me to Rome, or they take me to Lausanne, or they take me to Japan or Dubai, or wherever they're going to take me. My name is Joe Hinson. You've been watching The Brain Drain Show. Roll the credits. See, that's even better.
Good morning.
Good morning or good evening whenever you're watching us. My name is Forde Brookfield. Joined to my left is my trusty co-host,
Toby.
Batchelor. Toby, how was your evening? How's your evening been? What did you do last night?
I went out for sushi last night.
Oh, where?
Moonshine, Derby.
Oh, is it expensive?
Fucking spenny, isn't it, sushi?
Because we ordered some online and it came to like 50 quid or
from
so.
Moonshine?
And it was...
Was it from Moonshine?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's a new one, kind of new.
No, it's been there for fucking years.
All right, different one then. But
But they
either way,
deliver your food in a robot. You know, like they do in proper Japan.
Have they got them here now? Because they only used to have them in Milton Keynes, the robots.
No, they got it too.
Oh no, you're talking about the street cleaners?
No, they're little robots. Yeah, there's
like
the little robot things that used to go around Milton
They
Keynes.
come out and they play music and stuff, and then they turn around and like go at your table.
Oh, interesting.
pretty rad.
Hey, the world.
Yeah, Moonshine. If we can get some discount code for that, it'd be fucking.
Yeah, Moonshine, if you're watching this, send us a discount code. But anyway,
they're dead nice there.
Before we get too much into it, do you want to introduce the special guest over to the left? Arguably one of the best rail skateboarders in the UK at this moment in time.
We're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Today's guest is Ho Jensen.
Ho Jinson.
That's the best name
there you
ever.
go.
That is the best name ever.
Ho Jensen.
Today's guest, if you're not guest.
Today's guest.
Joseph.
Guest,
Joseph.
not
Is it
guest.
Joseph or just Joe?
It's Joe. My real name's Joseph.
What's your full name?
Joseph Hinson.
What's your
No middle name.
David, yeah.
Joseph David Hinson.
That sounds like a very religious name.
My
Joseph
dad's
David.
mum was very religious.
Do you come from a Catholic family?
I think so. I think my dad's mum was Catholic.
Have you ever done a handrail at a church?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Of course he has. He's done handrails everywhere.
Handrails everywhere, yeah.
Let's get the stupid questions out of the way first. Have you seen a UFO?
Don't think so.
Have you seen a ghost?
Don't think so either.
Cool. Okay, my next question, which
That was good. Because where do you live? Because do you live kind of
you live
around
near,
like a nice field
I
area?
live in the middle. I live in the
It
middle
looks
of
like
a
the
field.
middle of fucking nowhere.
It's the middle of nowhere, yeah.
Yeah.
So basically I live,
Cambridgeshire, right?
45 minutes outside of Cambridge.
And,
So-
you've got your own kind of skate park set up in the backyard, right?
because there's nothing around. So when I was a kid, we literally had a block. There was a block of concrete at my mum's farm she has, or my family farm that they have, and like I literally just skated.
Family farm.
Yeah, I know, right?
But anyway, yeah. So tell us about growing up there and then eventually building. Because you got a lot of the wood for that park from Corby, didn't you? What they were? Did you buy it off them or was it kind of gifted?
So basically, what happened is when I was growing up,
Mm-hmm.
had nothing to skate, and I had to rely on lifts. Because where I live, there's no buses, no trains. Like I had to get a lift to Wheelie to get the train into Cambridge.
Yep.
But what would happen is there was a patch of concrete, and we'd build ramps out of old pallets and
Yeah.
bits of wood and stuff. And then as I've got older and learnt how to do it myself, I've just built my own stuff.
Yeah, built your own park.
And then gradually, like about 2 years ago, Corby got rid of. It was 414 skate parks that have a workshop
Yeah.
at Corby. They have stuff that they use for NAS. And once they used it for
Okay.
NAS, I don't use it anymore.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I went there and like bought loads of secondhand ply off them, basically
Yeah.
redid it all and built like a bump to bar and a quarter pipe and like did
Yeah.
it all properly.
You're still building on it, or is it kind of
it's kind
maxed?
of-
You've
kind of
maxed out the
maxed out.
space.
Yeah, it's kind of, because it's not very big. It's
Yeah.
probably not even as big as this. It's probably half the size of this room.
But at least you've got something though for when you're not going anywhere to skate anything?
No, yeah.
Because you drive quite a lot, don't you,
Yeah.
when it comes to filming and skating?
You get Charlie to drive.
No, I drive.
No, Joe.
I do. No, I do all the driving.
I thought Charlie drove it.
No, I do all the driving. I drive. I do the driving and the skating. And Charlie, like,
Has Charlie ever seen a ghost?
don't think so. You have to ask him.
All right, we'll get him on in a bit.
You should definitely get Charlie.
Just
on it,
a random question. Charlie's probably. I was thinking about this the other day. Charlie's probably one of the, if not the only filmer in the UK that is obviously filming, but also having photos in magazines and has a footwear sponsor.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
That's insane. I'm not talking like a filmer like, say someone like Will Miles.
He's a good skater, Charlie, isn't he?
He'll get free Nike SB. Charlie's actually out there double dipping in the world of skateboarding media and being a sponsored skateboarder.
Double dipping.
Which is insane.
Charlie wasn't originally a filmer. I just met Charlie at a skate park, and then Charlie's ended up filming me and being good at filming.
Yeah.
Who was the original filmer?
I had somewhat. So I've had a few friends that would film me. Like,
Are you still friends with them?
Yeah, like they got older and started to have kids and stuff, and just couldn't do it. So David Hayes used to film me quite a lot. Jason Emery used to film me quite a lot. Film with Forde quite a bit. And then now it's Charlie, and I basically only film with Charlie.
Yeah. Rad.
Yeah, Charlie's killing it. Props to Charlie if you're
big up,
watching this.
He'll
You are
flip
absolutely.
front boards. Like,
I'm sure I just saw him walk in a pair of D3s, right?
yeah, he skates in
He
D3s.
skates in D3s.
That's
It's
insane.
nuts. He'll flip front board at I was at a skate park and he'll flip front board at a park rail with the D3s on. I was like,
OG was, he got some D3s here.
Yeah.
He actually skates in D3s.
it's nuts. They're too chunky for
But then
me.
Stu Graham used to skate in D3s. That was the thing. Like,
You know when you watch like early 2000s footage though, and everyone is very technically great on a skateboard, but they're in massive shoes.
yeah.
Like, just think, like you skated in that time. Surely it was just so normal.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
it's only
just-
now you've got the option of a slimmer shoe that it feels weird.
Well, it was kind of, we were talking about this yesterday with Ali, like, about the size of boards. At the time, everyone would be wearing that or riding that. So it didn't
a
seem out of place.
7.5
Yeah.
and a big D3.
But when you compare, you look at a 775 that was kind of standard 10, 15 years ago. When you compare it to an 825 or 8.5, which is standard now. What are you riding, 8.5?
I'm on 8.25.
Yeah. They look so thin, but it's the same as shoes, you know? Like,
Yeah.
everyone had chunkier shoes and...
because
I can't even skate in cup soles. Like,
Yeah.
I can't. If I get sent a cup sole, I can't. I've tried and I struggle. It takes me.
Yeah.
I heard that you asked for cup soles.
Definitely not.
Why is it about the cup sole that annoys you? Is it
Just
the
too
board
chunky.
feel?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I can't
board
feel
feel.
my board.
It's
Like,
different,
I
isn't
like
it?
a vulcanized. I'm just used to. I've grown up skating vulcanized shoes.
Yeah, because
So-
you just sat on top of it, aren't you?
Yeah.
It takes me a while to kind of get into a cup sole shoe.
What year did you start skating?
What age?
I started skating when I was 10, I think.
What year?
10. So it's got to be what? 27 now. So it's got to be what? 2009 maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that seems like last week to me.
Flip Extremely Sorry had just come out. I think.
Okay, yeah.
And that's when I started skating.
It's
So
a good video to kind of get into.
I remember
as well.
watching that video. I think that was.
Yeah,
It's a long time ago now.
What was the
17
video that
years.
came out when you just got into skateboarding?
public domain. 1988.
Mine was.
I remember seeing it and it, like, coming from...
You said it blew your mind,
an
right?
8-year-old child watching the video. Like, I was already into skating because I just, like... You know that attachment you have when when you're a skater, because a skateboard talks to you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
check this out. I was like, what the fuck is this? This is blowing my mind. And then to actually see a video, having not seen anyone do anything on skateboards other than maybe roll around, to seeing that at 8 years old, I was just like, what the fuck? Like, it blows your mind. And I guess it would have been similar for you. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that video is pretty heavy, isn't it? Is that kind of what got you into handrails? Because obviously you're known for
Yeah, where did
chomping dem rails. I don't know why I said it like that.
Where did the
I've never
handrails
said
come
that
about?
before.
It was like Stay Gold. So I started skating.
So that was
Extremely
2010,
Sorry,
wasn't
yeah.
it? Stay
And then
Gold?
Stay Gold came out, and then all I watched was Stay Gold.
So you saw handrails and you were like, I want a bit of that.
Yeah, it looked fun.
Yeah.
Like, it looked fun, and it
I think
looks.
I've ever heard anyone say that.
This
No,
is
but
it.
it
So
look-
this is the weird thing, right? Because, like Forde said earlier, like, you are arguably the best handrail skater that's come out of the UK. I mean, you could
For
speak
many-
to Rowley,
for many
Jeff
years,
Rowley.
yeah.
You know, well, I mean, but he was in America. Like, you're here, and the rails are bigger, higher.
They're crustier and higher. for
Yeah,
sure.
they're shitter ride-outs, run-ins. I mean, I
Yeah.
know they're not all like that in California, but, like, I don't understand how the fascination with throwing yourself down a massive, ridiculously dangerous bit of steel has become your thing. I don't understand how anyone could gel to that.
I've kind of just fell into it. Like I started off love jumping downstairs. Like that was the first thing. I swear every kid loves jumping off stuff.
But you can do that too.
I can. I don't do it as much now as I used to. But like when I was a kid, I'd jump all the time. And then like after a while, I started just getting into skating flat bars, and then that progressed from there. And then I'd skate handrails, or I'd skate park rails, and then don't know. I just found it a bit easier. Like rather than jumping down a set of stairs for 2 hours.
As opposed to jumping on something and landing flat on it. At least you got some travelling when you're on a rail.
What was the first natural handrail you did, and what did you do on it?
First handrail I ever did was at a school in St Ives near where I live, and it's like 4 stair rail. I just board slid it. Took me so long to board slid it. It was like a short. Real short. I probably slid about. What,
because it was too short?
Yeah, probably slid about that
the end of it. Yeah.
All right, and what's the longest rail you've board slid now?
I hate board slides. I'm rarely ever board slide stuff now.
All right, well, what's the
You're more 50-50.
50-50, yeah.
Like 50-50.
What's the longest one you've done?
I did one in Southampton recently. It's in my Skateboarders Companion review. The really big one. That's probably the biggest one I've ever done.
Did I send you that photo of the one I saw in Hastings? I took a photo and I was going to send it to you. I'll send it to you. It's got your name written all over
I'm down. Send it over.
Run up was a little bit shit, and it kind of curved at the top and then went down.
Plywood will fix that.
It wasn't a square rail. It was like a really old, ornate kind of handrail that the side profile kind of like goes like that, like so locking in would be. But I saw it. Actually, that's the one Mike posed on. Do you remember when we were going to? I don't know if you were there.
Yeah, when it's in the park and it comes down to the road. Yeah, we was looking at it like Hinson.
I thought I would have sent it to you, but I didn't.
I'm down.
It's got the street address at the bottom.
And then just up the road from where we were staying in the Airbnb, there's also the steep handrail that was across the road as well that apparently has not been touched.
Yeah, it was kind of flexed out a bit when somebody's like done something on it and bent it a bit, so it's kind of steep and it goes
bends in. Yeah,
right.
But that won't put you off though, will it? Really?
Could be a bit sketchy, but it depends how bad it is.
What's the process of when you find a rail? Is it like you look at what you like in your head? Are you like, right, that's 50-50 ball that I could feeble that?
Yeah, it's like, so when I go to any big rail, normally someone will send to me on Instagram or whatever and be like, you should go and check this rail out or whatever. And then I'll get there, and if it's a really big like kink rail or something, then I'm only going to 50-50 it. But if it's like a 12, 13, for anything up to like anything that's not kinked, then I'll get there and be like, all right, I'm about to feeble it or smith it or lip slide it or something, you know. So it depends on the rail as what trick I'm going to do on it. But normally I'll always start with a 50-50. Like get to a rail, wax it, 50-50 it.
Yeah. So you wax the rail first.
Always wax the rail.
Always wax.
The 50-50s you go to test that it's actually going to go the way you want it to.
Yeah, like I get the feeling for the rail, you know.
You get the sketty butter out and you're straight on there.
Big up Sketty Butter.
Big up Sketty Butter. I was going to say, so you said about kink rails there, the one at Hitchin Marketplace. What did you do, 50-50 to Smith on that? Yeah, so because that's kind of mellower, isn't it? It's like a more mellow kink.
It's quite tall, but a mellow kink.
Good rails though, isn't they?
Yeah, it's quite a small kink rail, really. It's almost harder to do than a big one. And it's got stairs both sides. So that's kind of dodgy because you have to run down the stairs.
Yeah.
Like, I've tried some tricks on it recently and rolled my ankles trying to run down the stairs.
Mm.
Sorry, can I say something about those Hitchin handrails? They were first skated, as far as I'm aware, by Howard Cook in the Lord video, the small one that you're trying to do the trick on.
Yeah.
Back in 94?
And they're still going. The ground sucks there now.
Yeah, but the rails are good rails, aren't they? Like the solid rail.
The rails are really good. That's probably the best street rail there is in England. But like,
what about the one at the top from the car park down to that level?
That's a good rail, but it has a wall there. So if you slam,
haven't you done a line there though, where you've gone down that rail, then you've carved round?
I did front smith and then carved round, then flip back boarded.
That was a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
That was in my Darkstar. That was in my Welcome to Darkstar.
Yeah, fucking Darkstar.
Smith grind then flip backboard.
Yeah. On the other,
because you're goofy, aren't you?
There's another rail here.
You goofy?
Yeah. So I did front smith, come round, smith, come round, but flip back board.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I remember that. I think I had that footage at one point because you were deciding what to do with it, and then eventually it went to Darkstar.
Yeah.
And they just did some weird edit shit with it.
They made a full team video, and it was like my first ever video. That was.
Yeah.
But they kind of had too much footage from two different cameras. It looked weird. It kind of didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the downside, I guess, when you've had filmers over the years, is everyone's filming on something different.
Yeah.
Where at least now Charlie's filming on the HPX that I sold him, and you've got the DSLR with the 8mm lens. So at least there's some kind of like continuity between the two.
Yeah, like we only film with those 2 cameras now.
Yeah.
'Cause Charlie bought the camera off you, then I bought the fisheye. So it's kind of like sharing the cost, because Charlie's really doing me a favour. Charlie's not really a filmer. He films, but he also wants he's a skateboarder. So like he films me to help me out, because without him I'm screwed. Cause
You'd be Johnny Tripod otherwise.
Yeah, I have done that in the past. Like I've gone to a spot and tripoded it.
When you see footage where people have tripoded it and they've keyframed it so it moves, so it can't. And
I mean, you can make that look real.
you can make it look good, but sometimes it's just like this, isn't it?
Yeah,
and
don't look right.
But you got to do what you got to do sometimes.
So you mentioned there about Darkstar. Let's go back to first free
Hold
gear.
on. Just before we leave rails, I want to talk about the biggest rails you've done. The biggest one that I filmed you do was in Nottingham, and that was a 16 flat 4 double kink, wasn't it?
With the drop the other side, that County Hall one.
And when we got there, I think the only thing that had been done was a trick by Golding, and it was on the bottom. And we flipped over the...
Harry ollied over it, I think.
Yeah, that's big.
The one.
Which one are we talking about?
The County Hall one. The one which just a sheer drop. It's a long.
Tom Quigley shot
rail.
it from the side, and it's 14 flat 6.
Harry ollied over it.
I know. Yeah.
That's the only thing that's been done from the top, I think.
I
I went there to skate the bottom rail, and I don't know how I ended up trying the whole thing.
So that's the biggest rail you've done?
No, that was at the time.
Right. Probably, yeah.
Now, it's probably the scariest because it has a sheer drop.
And I've got the footage where you get on a 50-50 and it slips and you fall to the bottom.
Yeah.
How did that day come about? I've still got it. Yeah, I'll put it on a memory stick to edit in. How did that day come about? Because we met to go to somewhere else, didn't we?
No, we went to go to that rail, but we were going to skate the bottom rail because you could skate the bottom of the kink rail from the side.
Yeah.
So we went to film something on that, but that didn't work. And I was like, I think I ended up just dropping in the whole rail for fun. Like I was like, I'll just try dropping this rail, and dropped it in and was like, I could actually do this.
Yeah.
And then
because that was the day I think I got a train and met you in Nottingham, and I think I called you up and I was like, I don't know if I can come in because work needed me to come in. Do you remember? Yeah. And then I quit my job on the day. Yeah. And I was like, Hinson wants to skate this rail, but I think he can do the whole thing. I can remember calling up being like, oh, I'm sick. I'm not going to be able to come in. And my manager at the time was like, I've just saw you at the bus stop on fucking such and such avenue. And I was just like, yeah, I'm probably not coming in anymore. And then just had to quit my job on the day. And then that was when I worked at a cinema. So it was like a weird in-between job from working at the skate shop to ending up wherever I worked after that. But yeah, that was wild because we also had to like take out all the fucking mud and shit from under the blind bumps. Yeah. I can remember on the footage, I've not done it for years and I hate hearing it. You know, when the cameraman celebrates when someone does something. On the footage, you land it and I film you roll away and I count it like 5, 4, 3, 2. And then I'm just like, and you turn around and you're like,
that was the biggest thing I'd ever done.
Yeah.
At that time.
And it's flat as well, wasn't it? It's like...
How many goes?
I can't remember.
It wasn't long.
Didn't take me long.
I don't think, I might be wrong, but handrail stuff, unless it's flipping in, flipping out, if it's a grind, surely you don't want to be doing it. You want to be straight in, straight out, right?
Like a long kink rail, like the one I did in my companion interview, the real long one. Yeah. That took me quite a while because it was like I had to stand there and like balance, but I could jump off into the grass. Whereas that one was just a drop. And I'd every time I didn't get in, I would fall straight to the floor. And I was like, I might as well just commit and slam, trying it, then keep jumping down this.
I can remember you rolled it up to it a couple of times, and then you rolled up to it, scraped, and you was like, right, this one. No. So you rolled up to it, got on it, fell to the other side, and then you got on one kind of to the kink and jumped off. It was like the natural progress. And then there was one that you went down, hit the floor and fell forward. And then I filmed you from that attempt, run up the stairs. You skated up to it, looked at it, and you were like, right, this one. And you just did a loop and then did it. Yeah. I can remember that fucking clear as day. Yeah. It was good reason to quit a job. That one to film that rail. I've still got it, so it'd be good to see it. Wait, hold on a second. We need to talk about who's supporting this episode of the Brain Drain Show, the podcast that you're enjoying listening to right now. Who is it?
It is Deez Nutz Hardware.
Deez Nutz is available in over 50 skate shops and skate parks up and down the country. They also support over 30 skateboarders, some of which have pro bolts, including...
So we got Ellie Forde, Joe Hinson,
Eddie Belvedere.
Eddie Belvedere.
Jordan Thackeray.
Oh, they're
Jesus
1-inch
Christ.
ones. You can have the 1-inch. Eddie
Whose are
Belvedere.
those? The Eddie Belvedere?
I'm going to go for the Jordan Thackeray 7/8. Thank you very much, Deez Nutz. Thank you for being a show sponsor and supporting what we do. Those guys all have pro model bolts with their own specific colorway truck bolt and sticker pack.
So if you're wanting a high quality skateboarding hardware bolt for a low cost, make sure you check out Deez Nutz. Make sure you grab a pack from Rollersnakes if your local skate shop doesn't have them, and hit up Deez Nutz on Instagram. Drop them a follow. Any parting words about these fine bolts, Toby?
Big ups Deez Nutz for supporting the show.
Thank you for supporting the show. Right, back to the podcast.
Let's go back to my question about sponsors. Who was the first person to hook you up?
My first sponsor was Billy's Skate Shop in Cambridge.
Oh, that's gone now, isn't
It's
it?
gone, yeah. It's long gone.
Long gone.
I remember going into Billy's probably 89 and just, it was fucking insane. All the fluorescent Santa Cruz boards from that time. It was like, oh my God, this is fucking sick.
Yeah, they're more of a bike shop towards the end.
Yeah.
Because that's what was bringing in the money.
Yeah.
But they were like sponsoring me and giving me discount and stuff. It was pretty sick. They'd hook me up, saved me loads of money. I was spending a fortune on boards. So
Yeah, you go through boards, right?
that was my first sponsor.
Yeah.
And then
And then after that, they hooked me up with Karma.
Okay.
So I got on Karma.
I'm trying to not
Yeah.
react to that, but like,
I got on Karma. But
How
that
long
was
was you
different.
on Karma for?
4 years, I think.
It
I
was
was
a
on.
little while.
I was on for a while as the original owners when I rode for Karma.
Adam and Jane.
Yeah.
It was like, so I rode for them for 4 years.
Who
3
was on the
years.
team with at that point?
Snadden? Was he on at that point?
Nah.
What's his name? He used to ride for Bomber as well.
No, none of the original team were on at that point. I don't think. Like I was on Shop Flow for a while, and then I was just getting cheap boards, and then I ended up getting put on the team, and they'd give me like 2 boards a month, which was sick when I was like 17 or something.
Yeah.
I was like stoked to get 2 boards a month.
Because how many boards do you go for a week now? A month now? Is it like a board a week at
I
some
go
time?
through at least a board a week, a board every 3 days, depending on how much I'm skating.
Yeah.
But I try and skate every day.
Yeah, that's insane. Same with shoes as well. You said a set of shoes a week, right?
Roughly, yeah. If
How-
I'm skating a lot, sure.
How?
Because I skate every day, and I skate how I skate, like how you see me skate, not like when I'm at a contest or when I'm filming, is like how I skate every day. So I will go and like do kickflip front board, the rail load, and I'll trail up the rail load just because I want to be able to know if I go to a street rail, I can do it. You know, I don't want to get to a street rail and
Yeah. It's like it's like a training regime, isn't it? It's like a completely different approach to skating.
I wouldn't even call it training. I just say I want to go in the streets and be able to kickflip front board a 15 rail or something like that.
Yeah, and you want to be able to do it fairly, not easy or effortlessly, but well enough to know that you're not going to fuck yourself up.
Yeah, I want
trying
to be
it.
able to do it. I want to be able to like. So there's a clip I did recently, and like, well, it's not. It was like about a year ago. I did for my new part, and like I did it in 3 tries, and it was like this massive rail. And I was like, I do not want to try this more than I have to.
Yeah.
Like, I just went, did
What was
it,
the trick?
and roll away. Can't put that in either though.
Oh, so that's coming out in a new part.
Yeah,
For Thrasher.
hopefully.
So
We'll
the
come back to that. Let's go back to
the,
sponsors.
the thing I learned about Hinson over the years is that you've always got like 2 parts in the works whilst filming for another one.
I've got 10 minutes of footage right now.
Yeah.
I think, roughly.
Show us.
Is
I
that
can show you it before we go if you want.
I think you showed me some before,
You've
didn't you?
seen a lot of it.
Yeah.
Before.
is
We'll
that
look at
is
it
that
a bit.
like that's like heavily cut down, isn't it? Like tricks. It's not like raw, because raw would be like an hour's worth.
Yeah,
of
it's
raw
like
footage.
it's like clips.
Yeah.
So,
So
like,
what?
I've got 2 different. I've got kind of doing 3 parts right now.
Yeah.
Nutter. 3 parts.
0.
3
So-
parts Hinson.
So I've got a crux part. I think I'm working on right now.
Yeah.
I've
Can we
got-
say this stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I've got a 0 part I'm working on right now, and then also I've got tricks that I've already got for this other 0 part, and I've gone to a rail and gone, why am I not going to do the trick? Or why am I not going to do this trick? Just because I filmed it before. So I've filmed the other tricks, and like I will just put that in a folder for the next
Yeah.
0 part.
Yeah, yeah.
or
So
something.
2 0 parts. Is that a standalone welcome part and a video part for like a full length?
I'm-
Is 0 working on a full length?
I'm
Is that
not
what
sure.
you're telling us?
No, I'm not sure.
Can you phone Jamie Thomas now and get him on?
I'm very far connected from that. I don't know. Like at the minute, all I know is I'm working on a 0 part.
Yeah.
That's all I know. Jamie doesn't like. He's not like. he wants to see if I'm going to put the work in. So he's just
Yeah.
like, film a part, and, you know. But like,
Are you in a WhatsApp group with the Zero guys?
No, I'm not. I text Jamie quite regularly though, which is pretty trippy.
Does he ever send you anything funny, like pictures of him just hanging out?
No.
Like me.
He's a very serious
man.
dude.
It's a very
Yeah, I
serious
know.
man.
I know he is,
He's
yeah.
a bit of a,
So how's that going to work if there's a Zero video with your footage, because they're still heavily like VX, right?
they've gone HD, I believe.
Oh, they've gone HD
When
now.
I was in America, they were all filming with the similar camera you've got for the long lens, and they were filming with a DSLR fisheye, because I think VXs are they're great, but they're just not
like
reliable
30 years
enough.
old
You
now
know?
or something, aren't they?
I think now officially you can say this because Hawk said it in a documentary. He said, like, if I'm trying a trick and I want you to film it, you've got a VX, I'm not going to film it because I don't want to see footage on a VX anymore. I love VX, and especially when you see VX clips now where they've kind of upscaled them and they're super sharp and super clean. But you still see some VX videos come out where the footage is just murky. It's
You got to
dark.
remember at the end of the day, like the biggest percentage of people watching stuff now is just gonna be on your phone.
Yeah,
So VX is okay for that, but there's
when it's on a TV, yeah.
I mean, we watched that April thing this morning, and that's
4:3 HD, and,
HD
it's,
4:3,
and it does
and
look good.
It looks good.
The thing
it's
with
sharp.
VX is it'd worry me if I land my trick and then the tape glitches.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
worried about if I film VX. I'm like, if I do a big rail, I don't really want to go and do it.
When
again.
I had my VX, it was like you film on that, the tape doesn't go in anything else until it's ready to capture.
Yeah, you don't even play it
You
back.
don't play it back.
No.
It's like,
And if you
don't
did
risk
you
it.
ever...
I
mean,
had a
this is...
separate camera with a screen on it if you wanted to, if you're desperate to view it.
Yeah, I was just about to say, but it would have been before your time, but like people film on VXs now and then they play it once and record it on their phone, you know, instead of going like rewinding it every time. But anyway, yeah, back to your first sponsors. So
Karma, 4 years.
Karma, yeah.
Then what?
And then I got, like, through the same distribution, I got on Silver Trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Are they still about?
Yeah, Zolak's doing it.
Silver Trucks.
so I was on Silver Trucks, and then I'd have, like, some small clothing sponsor and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And then from there I went to Darkstar through Dwindle, which was pretty crazy.
What was the transition like from Karma to Darkstar?
So
how did that go down?
it was real weird. I just got hit up by the distribution. Like, UK distribution was like, oh, we would like to give you Darkstar.
Lee Nardelli?
It was Scott Howes, I think.
Scott House, right.
At the time, he was working there, and he hit me up and was like, because he was giving me Fallen before Fallen went out of business the first time. He was giving me Fallen, then he hit me up and was like,
What a great shoe brand.
I know, like,
Fallen,
that's a sick shoe brand. I was like,
It's back.
it is
to
back,
some extent.
yeah.
But it's not here.
Not over here. There was a distro doing it, and then they took pre-orders, but I don't think anyone bought it.
Yeah,
So
it's a
that
shame.
was it. Boom, done. One and done. OG was approached by him as well.
So when you got hit by Dwindle and you decided to take that, how did Karma take that news?
Karma were like, because obviously I was like doing all this stuff for them. They were kind of bummed.
Because I remember at that time it just seemed like you were the only person doing that. I can't think of anyone else on Karma whilst you were skating for Karma.
I don't think there was many people on the team at the time. There was like maybe a couple of other dudes, like maybe Ross and Tom. They were the only two other dudes maybe on the team.
Ross whom?
Zajak, I think.
Oh,
was
Oh,
his second
from
name, yeah.
up north.
And Tom Shimmin.
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
Shimmin? Shimmin?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
They both
Good
were on
lad,
Karma
yes.
at the time, but yeah, Karma, but like they kind of felt betrayed and they couldn't really see where I was coming from. I was like,
To leave a British
yeah,
brand
I
to
was
ride
kind of
for
like,
direct distro.
well, it was like it was only
Darkstar.
distro at the time. It wasn't like direct distro. It was basically just UK distro, and then I
But
was
still
like,
more opportunities.
but more opportunity.
Did they spin it to you from Dwindle that there would be opportunities after the just doing distro?
They said like I said to them, was like, you know, I kind of don't want to leave what I've got to go just a flow, like distro flow and not move.
yeah.
Scott was like, well, look at everyone Dwindle's hooked up. They hook up a lot of Euro riders, UK
Yeah.
riders.
Yeah, it
So
starts there. And then
Dwindle
builds
was
up.
hot at that time, yeah.
How
So-
many boards were you getting on your first like packages from that?
I'll get 4 a month at the
So
time.
you were like, yeah, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
they were like 2 more extra boards a month.
Which
helped.
you needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I needed those. And even then I was still like maybe buying a couple of boards because I was rinsing through boards.
Yeah.
So like that. So yeah, Karma felt kind of betrayed by that, I think. And they were like, oh, but we'll turn you pro. And like they offered me all this shit. And I was just like, I had to think about it because it was like, I've ridden for that company for so long and felt kind of loyal to them. I
Yeah.
don't want to jump around. But then also it was like, I had a word with you. I had a word with like a few people about
Yeah.
it. And they were like, kind of got to do it. And then
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, this, you know, obviously Darkstar ended and stuff, but like you had a good
It was a good
innings
run
there.
on it,
Do you
yeah.
know what I mean? And you were on the full US team,
Yeah.
so I can understand where Karma was coming from to a certain extent, but being in a position where you sponsor people, you can't hold it against. If any of our guys came to me and said, "Oh look, I've been offered this," as long as it was a legitimate kind of step up, I'd be like, "Fucking go for it."
They told me it was a toy shop brand. They were like, "This is a toy shop brand, all this stuff," and I was like, and I know Darkstar has that image of they sell boards in Walmart, but
yeah, but that's how they pay the riders.
They're selling top quality boards in Walmart.
Yeah.
Like, they're selling better
Yeah.
Walmart boards than the Walmart.
Yeah,
boards.
It's like fucking Etnies is in Walmart now in the States
but
or
this
something
is
like that.
right.
But
So this is something which a lot of people don't understand.
grind your gears.
Skateboarding's not big enough.
No, and this is what people don't understand. So yeah, Darkstar might have been selling completes and good quality or better quality boards than the shit they had in Walmart before, but that's what allowed them to reach out, put people on outside of their California bubble, and pay the riders. I mean, Chet Thomas talks about this. Was it Chet Thomas on 9 Club?
Yeah.
He talks about it. And if people don't understand that, then they're fucking thick.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is,
Sorry.
skateboarding's so fucking small. Like, there's no money. Like,
It's so small in the UK.
yeah,
You
like,
know what I mean?
the
Tiny.
industry in Texas and America is bigger than the industry
Yeah,
here.
of course it is. I mean, Texas is like 52 times the size of the UK, isn't it? Can you Google that, please, Fraser?
Well, we did this before.
Yeah,
we
we
did
did
this,
this before.
That's one of my. It is 50.
I'll
It's
type
50
it.
something times the size
It's
of the UK.
nuts. It's like,
But that's where it comes in with like energy drink sponsors, watch sponsors. You're getting money from an energy drink. You're more prone to get money from an energy drink. I kind of stumbled on it.
It's about three
Energy-
times bigger.
Say what?
It's about 3 times bigger.
3.
Yeah.
Oh, is that all?
But you're
That's what it said.
I don't sound
wait.
too impressive then. But
Still
yeah,
bigger,
so,
though.
but you're more prone to get money off those.
5.3 times as big. According
size
to
of the
one thing.
UK.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
It's England. 5.3 times the size of England, or
Hang on, what? Are you
2.8
talking about
times the size of
Texas,
the
the
UK.
state or the city? Isn't Texas a city?
Texas is
Oh,
a
this
state,
don't
not
ma-
a
this
city.
don't matter.
Texas is-
Oh no, yeah, that's what I
state.
thought.
But anyway, you're more prone to
Boring.
you're more prone to get money off other aspects in skateboarding
Yeah.
that might not be core skateboarding, but you know,
and then
you-
people moan about it. Oh, why are you riding for that? Well, because
you've
they
got-
give me some money.
You've got to pay the bills.
You got to
man,
pay the
like-
bills, and if you want to pursue skating,
Like, I'm constantly in a struggle of not having
Yeah,
enough money. Like,
exactly.
I work. Like, I'm self-employed and I do like kind of hedge cutting, grass cutting,
handyman shit,
fencing, handyman
Yeah.
kind of shit.
which you got to.
But like, I try not to do that as much as I should. Like, I'm trying not to work full time right now. Like, I'm trying to
Yeah.
work as little as possible and skate as much. But that in return for that, I'm struggling for money all the time, and all my money goes on fuel to drive. Like, I worked it out. I did my tax return this year, and I've spent so much money on fuel
How
alone.
much? Go on.
Like, it's a few £1,000 on fuel just driving to go and film things.
yeah.
It costs so much money to go places.
Yeah.
I mean, just like that trip we did down to Hastings with hotels, fuel, food for everyone.
it was a couple of hundred, wasn't it? Was it more?
It's about 1,500 quid. I mean, it's £1,000 on hotels. What do you think people are doing? Like, how much do you think a hotel costs?
Well, I told
For
you, I
8
get hotels all the time. Manchester for like 40 quid.
Oh, well, you have to send me the links to them.
Yeah,
Travel lodge.
I've like spent so much money.
It's
filming.
expensive
and I
getting
don't
places.
I don't expect anything out of it. Like, I'd spend the money. Like, I don't ask my sponsors for money. Like, really.
Yeah.
So no one's giving you travel budget?
No one really gives me travel budget. Like, so Rafe are helping me out. Storm helped me out. Arcade helped me out.
So when you look at it, if
With
you go,
cash money?
Yeah.
Right, so you're getting a little
I'm
bit
getting
of
a
money
little
from
bit.
those.
I'm earning enough to where it's like my fuel's kind of getting covered.
Yeah.
But there
But
was
it's
a
still-
time where I was paying for it myself. I was
Yeah.
working to pay for it and then going out and filming.
so you were driving from down south up north to enter a competition to win 150 quid, where 75 of that or more is going to go on fuel anyway.
Yeah, way more.
Like, so
And
you-
a hotel.
Yeah.
And it's like, well,
Yeah.
what am I
Or
doing?
someone's floor. Normally
Yeah.
it's someone's floor, sleeping in my car. I've slept
Yeah.
in my car a few times to go into contests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. I mean, it's only very few people that actually get any cash from skating or have done.
Yeah.
In the UK, I'm talking.
I've got lucky now. Like, now I'm definitely getting money. Like, not enough to live, but I'm getting help.
Yeah.
Enough to, aside
Yeah,
from actually
survive.
working.
Yeah, like I'm able to go, oh, I'm not gonna work this week. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna skate. Or like now it's winter. It's like there's not as much work, so I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not as stressed.
You don't have to worry about it and actively go out searching for work.
Yeah.
Because you got a bit of money to help.
And I can focus on skating a little bit more, which is what I want to do.
So if you look at it from Karma to Darkstar, then to Zero, if you would have stayed on Karma, the Zero thing might not have actually happened because how did that happen? You were in America through Darkstar, right?
I was in America off my own back. So the first time I ever went to America was with Darkstar.
Yeah.
I went on a European flow trip. They did like this skatecation things, and I went on that.
And did they cover your travel?
They paid for all that, and
Amazing.
they actually surprised me as am at the end of that trip for Darkstar.
Yeah.
Okay, so you would just flow at that point,
Yeah.
and you went on that trip, and they're like, right, now you're for them. I mean, people might not know that's how it works. It's not like, oh, you're on a team. It's like you have to kind of prove it.
Oh no, there's people out there fucking working for it.
And then Zero was it was crazy. Like,
Well,
let's
let's get back to Darkstar. Like, how long were you on there for?
4 years.
4 or 5 years.
Right,
yeah,
and
I
then
was
it
on
came
for a
to an
while.
end when you were out in California, right? Because
Yeah.
you met up with Chet.
Well, so basically what happened was I was in California.
Chet's really sound.
I
Good dude.
basically won the UK champs, and then that bought me a flight to the Canada
That's
contest.
right.
I remember this, yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm already there. Like,
Did you
what-
go with Charlie on one of them?
No, I didn't. He couldn't afford to go at the time. But I was like, right, I'm going to go from Canada to California. So I think SkateboardGB actually helped me out with the flight from Canada to California.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was meant to go from California to Brazil for a contest, but that got cancelled. So I ended up staying in America for an extra month. Like, I was already there for a month, stayed there for an extra month.
Mm-hmm.
So it was pretty crazy just how that all happened. I was staying on my, like, Mike Burtis, who was pro for Darkstar.
Yeah.
He let me stay on his sofa for like basically him in his 1-bedroom apartment with him and his girlfriend
Yeah.
for 2 months.
Yeah.
Like, so I was out in America. I was like basically asking Darkstar, like, because I heard whispers of like people aren't
People
getting
quitting
paid.
and
Yeah.
going.
People aren't getting
There
paid.
was rumours about all
For a
Dwindle
long
brands
time,
for
yeah.
about 18 months, and they're
Yeah,
like,
no-
so-and-so's not got paid. Like, what's going on? Like, nobody really knew. And then,
Yeah, I've heard a lot of like, oh, this person didn't get paid, this person didn't get paid. Then the team manager, I originally went out there to stay with a team manager called Lando, who now works at the Barracks.
yeah.
I was with him, and he was like, yeah, they've fired me. Like I got let go, and they owe me money.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, well, like, maybe I'm here in California. Maybe I should start, because I could kind of see what was going to happen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, maybe I should
Put the
feelers out. And then I was like trying to figure some stuff out. and-
Because if the team managers are going and then the pros ain't being paid, you must think like,
fucked.
well,
Yeah.
I've just gone I'm the first one that's going to get axed as well.
Yeah, I was like, do I stay? Like, I don't know. I didn't want to leave because I was like, I don't want to keep jumping around sponsors. I just want to
Yeah, it's a loyalty thing.
be somewhere and stay there. But yeah, I was like, so I spoke to a few people that, yeah, you need to leave, whatever.
Need to jump ship.
And didn't you meet up with Chet anyway and sort
Yeah,
of talk it
and I
through?
met up with Chet and was like, what's going to happen? Like, is there a plan
he buy
for
you dinner?
me? Yeah, he bought me dinner. and
Paid
we
for
were-
it all, yeah,
Yeah,
good.
we were like, are we gonna like go?
Is it going to go anywhere?
Yeah, is it going to go anywhere? Are you going to turn me pro? Like, what's happening? Because I'm like, been riding for you for 4 or 5 years and I've filmed 4 parts.
I've done 55 video parts.
Yeah, I'm like, what's happening? He was like, if I'm honest, like Dwindle's not. It's
It's going.
He's not got any money. They're not going to do anything. So I was
Yeah.
like, all right. And then
Which must have been a bit of a heartbreak thing because Darkstar was one of your favourite companies for quite a while.
Yeah.
Had a lot of your favourite pros on it.
yeah, like DeCenzo, like now a really good friend of mine.
Yeah.
DeCenzo.
A really good friend of mine, which is crazy to think of.
You got his
but,
number?
like,
Can you call him now?
I haven't got his number, but I talk to him quite regularly.
Can't be
on
that good
Instagram.
friends, then, can you?
No.
It's the ways of the world now,
I know,
Instagram,
right?
innit?
Yeah,
But yeah,
that guy.
so yeah, it must have been a punch in the face.
But I'd already, before I had that conversation with Chet, I spoke to I met Kanan Dern at OC Ramps.
Who?
Kanan Dern, he's at Am for Zero.
Right.
And he's the guy that knocked himself out nose blunt in the rail in Painkiller. Like,
Yeah, in the intro.
yeah, like knocks himself clean out and just lies on the ground. So like I basically met him at a like little event that was there, and I was like, oh, could you show my clips to Jamie just to be like, Zero's
Just be like, look at this.
Zero's one of my favorite brands. Is there any way you could kind of make this? Any way you could make this happen? And he was like, yeah, let me. I'll show Jamie. I was like, I'm never gonna hear anything back. Like, it's Jamie Thomas.
It's Jamie Thomas,
It's
yeah.
Jamie Thomas. I'm not gonna hear anything back. Next
Yeah.
thing you know, I get a DM from Jamie like on Instagram.
How did that feel when you
Did
looked
he-
at the notifications on your phone and you were like,
I was like,
Did he follow you first, or did he just DM
he
you?
DM'd me first.
Right, so he didn't follow you.
No.
Does he follow you now?
Yeah, he does.
Right,
now.
okay, good. Just got.
I think he DM'd me
Give
and
us
then
all the
followed me.
deets.
He DM'd me, then followed me. He DM'd me being like, oh, I've seen your footage. Like, would you be down to have a phone call? And I was like,
Fuck yeah.
fuck yeah, but also shitting myself at the same time because it's Jamie Thomas.
Did you double check the name? It was Jamie Thompson. It wasn't like a
Jamie _
a 5 instead of an S or something like that.
Well, it was Jamie. Actually, I could check because it had the little blue tick.
Yeah,
next
yeah.
to it. I was
Yeah.
like, this is Jamie.
Yeah.
It was pretty trippy.
What did that message say?
It was just saying like, Kanan, show me your footage. Do you want to have a chat? I was like, I'm down. Chat basically was like, can't guarantee anything, but we'll give you boards.
Was this over DM or
No,
because
he
he
phoned me.
came to you as
He
well?
phoned
right?
me.
This was still when you're in California.
Yeah, I was in California. He phoned me when I was at a skate park, and we had like.
Did you answer and he was like, "It's Jamie"?
Yeah, it was weird.
I could imagine he's just like, "It's Jamie."
He was like, but yeah, he basically said to me, he was like, "We're down to give you boards and see what happens. Get in the van and just
Yeah.
see."
Because I don't know Jamie Thomas, but from what you hear, he's a pretty serious dude.
He's
and-
serious, but he knows how to get stuff done.
yeah.
Yeah, he knows what he wants.
And you got to gel with those guys. And
Like, I trust him to like, if I say to Jamie, "Is this good enough?" and he's like, "You could do better," then I'm
Yeah.
like, "Okay."
You'll
like,
go out and do
yeah,
better.
it's like I trust his judgment. Like, he's done so much in skateboarding. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna argue with the fact that he knows. He's gonna know
Jamie
what
knows
he's
best.
doing. Yeah,
just randomly, it's coming to my head. Have you done a kicky front blunt down a proper rail?
yeah.
Which one?
I've done the Milton Keynes one.
Right.
I've done the one in Nottingham. I've done a few. I did the Hitchin one too. I've done like 3.
Okay.
I got one in my new part and from California as well, which is
Okay. I just wondered. Now you said it, I can remember seeing it. So yeah, what happened with Jamie? He visited.
Like you were in the van and
no. So what happened is I was like, yeah, I'm down. Basically, I was like, yeah, I'm down to get some boards, like whatever. Like
At this point, being in California, did you have a few boards left over from Darkstar?
yeah, I was just riding Darkstar boards.
Yeah,
Like,
still,
I was
yeah.
just spray painting them black.
Yeah.
yeah.
And like Jamie just was like, yeah, I'm coming. I'm going to LA. I was staying in Anaheim, which is like between. It's kind of it's in Orange County,
Yeah.
and then LA is like an hour or 2 hours away, and then San Diego is like 3 hours away. He was going from San Diego to LA. He was like, I'm driving straight past. I'll drop you boards off. It's the first time I ever met him. Was like I met him.
I'm
and
gonna
he,
drop you
He
boards off.
handed me a box of boards. I
At
was
the
like-
house you were staying at?
Yeah, he literally came. Like we met him at like a Walmart across the street, and he gave me this box of boards.
You know what would have been sick? If you fucking planned it so when he turned up and got out the van, you just crooked a fucking massive handrail, like rode up some scraping your tail and you were like...
Yeah.
Yo.
And what, Jamie?
So yeah, how was that like?
Were you nervous meeting Jamie that first time?
Yeah, I was well nervous meeting Jamie.
I mean,
Jamie
like,
Thomas. Isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you can't not be a fan of Jamie Thomas and what he's done for skating.
Yeah.
I can imagine in that kind of scenario, that was pretty.
Yeah, it was trippy. Like I didn't think I'd ever have that. I didn't even think I'd have the chance to like. Me and Charlie would joke about it, be like, oh, imagine if I got on Zero, like you know, because
How many boards did he give you in that first package?
I got 4.
Is that
Yeah.
it?
I got 4 boards,
Fucking
2
Jamie
t-shirts,
Thomas,
load of
yeah.
stickers, but then it was like here's some boards, like try what you like,
Yeah, and
try
let me
some
know.
shapes, and then let me know.
Yeah.
And then
And then he just got in his car and just...
I went to
Toddled
LA,
off.
yeah, and I was like, stood there, this box of boards from Jamie, like
How quick was it before you set one up and you were like,
Oh, straight
I
away.
got to film a clip?
straight away, like as soon as I got it, I set it up and went skating.
So did he message you on that morning and then you met him on that morning, or was it like the night
No,
before?
he messaged me like a few days before.
So you had to wait like...
had a phone call with him, and then he was like, I'm going to LA on this day, I'll drop you some boards off.
Yeah.
So it's
That's so sick.
a really trippy moment.
And
Yeah.
then, so what kind of happened straight after then? You were still in California, so you started logging clips, riding Zero shit, yeah?
Yeah. And then
Just
like,
getting it done.
I'd go to I'd meet them I'd go from Mike Burtis would drive me from Orange County, this 3-hour drive to San Diego every weekend. Like, he helped me out so much. Like,
So, and you were in the van with the Zero guys.
and then we'd go out and skate and get clips and stuff. with
Who was
Zero
in the
dudes.
van at the time?
Like, Kane and Dern would be there a lot.
Incredible.
Like, he'd be with me all the time. Like, basically Reggie Kelly, like, all those dudes. were in the
Reggie's-
van.
Chris Cole?
Chris Cole, yeah. First time I ever.
Oh, he
had a
was
van,
there?
Chris Cole was there.
Tommy Sandoval?
No, I haven't met him yet.
Oh
He
man,
was
yeah, he's
there.
meant to be gnarly.
And how did you get on with everyone in the van? There's some pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? Some pretty serious skaters.
But
on
they're all
Zero.
mellow. Like, they're
Yeah.
all really mellow. Like,
Is it a similar thing with vert skaters who in real life they're pretty mellow, but when they go and skate vert,
They're
they're
like,
fucking lunatics? And it's the same with rail skaters.
yeah, they're all
Off the
mellow,
board,
like,
it's all pretty mellow, but
Yeah.
when there's a rail,
When
they're
there's a
like
rail.
fucking
I was probably the
psychos.
most nuts one there. Like,
Yeah.
just being the most hungry to go out and get it, and they're all just chilling, you know. So they're
Chris Cole's
is there,
sound, isn't it?
Chris Cole's a really
Like,
nice
I've
guy.
met Chris
Yeah,
Cole.
he
I've
looks
got,
like a top dude.
I've got a photo of him. We were in the airport in Copenhagen. I was like, Chris Cole, and he was like, yo, and he like skated over, and we spoke for a bit. And as he went to leave, I was like, I've got to get a picture, and I took my phone out like this. So like I took my phone out, and he like took it off me. and like took a selfie of us. And I was like, dude, you're so sick. And then he DM'd me and he was like, yeah, I'm in England for a Mountain Dew
Tour.
BMX tour. Do you want to meet up? And I was like, I'm not really that into BMXing, but yeah, I'm keen. And I don't think he ever went on it, but still he DM'd me like, yo.
That's professionalism.
Yeah.
Him being like, these kids are stoked that I'm here, they recognise me, so let's make sure they get stoked.
The first day I ever went out with a Zero Dudes, I didn't get anything. It was like 30 degrees. It was so hot.
Oh, it's unreal, isn't it?
I killed myself at 2 spots. Like I tried to.
Was one of them that rail in your Skateboarders Companion where you just covered in fucking shit?
No, that was the day that that was the day I went out with the filmer on my own. So
yeah.
It was a trippy one.
Because I guess you are more...
It was the Kickflip Krooked in my Skateboarders Companion, the big gap to Kickflip Krooked. I tried that and got so worked. Didn't land it that day.
How did it feel skating in a crew? Because you can usually just go out with Charlie and just skate all day. So how did it feel with the van, like looking at a rail, a big fucking rail, and you've got the Zero dudes, the van, and then the filmers? What was that like from just having fucking bombastic Charlie there with his fucking hippie nips out? Like, just because it's different, just like... Even when I'm filming just one person, the difference between me filming one person to having a crew behind, do you get that feeling of like, right, time restricted, I've got a fucking...
Yeah, like I do like skating by myself. Not skating by myself, but I like going out and filming and it just being me, a filmer and a photographer.
Yeah.
Because I find it way easier to
way more
operate
productive.
Like I can go out and get what I need to get. And, you know, we're not messing around going to a shop and all this kind of stuff.
Is that your second one?
Kind of...
Yeah. Fucking nuts.
It's gonna... Not good
he wants
for
to
it.
get he wants to get on the rave, doesn't he?
I need to get on the liquid death. I need to get on the liquid death. But yeah, how did that feel? Like the difference between being with like them as a crew filming.
Was Jamie there as well?
No, he didn't come out on the mission.
So he sends the troops out.
Yeah,
he's like,
he does go out though. He goes out. I just don't think he was ever there when I was there. You know.
Yeah.
And then when
he used to do a lot of the filming, didn't he, Jamie Thomas?
He's a very good filmer.
Yeah. They've got a guy called Vinny now, who does some stuff. He rides for Snot. Fozz's Wheel Company, and he's on
that Vinny with the slick back hair and
he's rad.
Yeah,
he's really good. I guess just on what you're saying about Jamie filming, I mean, he's getting on a bit. He's 50
approaching
now.
50.
Is he almost 50?
He's still filming though. He's still
I know, but he's probably that van life. I don't know.
I can't deal with it.
He doesn't need to do anything again, does he? Really?
No,
like, he's
that's what I mean.
But he's one of those where he will keep doing it.
He will,
you know what I mean? It's like, all right, Jamie, you don't need to prove anything anymore. You've already done enough.
So,
you know what I mean?
What with being on Zero? What's the status there? Like, what are we talking about here? Are you on Zero?
What's
Jamie said?
I'm getting boards and I'm getting them direct as far as I'm aware.
Direct to your door?
Yeah, well, like Form send me my boards, but
Big up Form.
Yeah, I speak to Jamie.
Smithy, UK legend.
Fraser is Smithy's favourite character.
Shout out Smithy.
Yeah,
there you go.
Give him a shout out.
Smithy probably has.
I did. I just said it under my breath.
Because I'm a pain in the ass. I'm always ordering boards and being like, Smithy, where's my boards every 2 minutes?
Yeah, that's what he says. He complains about you all the time. It's quite funny though, in a nice way.
Right, hold on a sec. We need to talk about who's supporting this episode of the Brain Drain Show. Today we've got Gallery Skateboards. Let's take a little look inside. See what we've got here.
Gallery Skateboards are from Cheltenham in the Cotswolds. They've started in 2023. It's a collaborative project between skateboarders and artists.
Mm-hmm. Every product that they produce is built with the forefront of functionality for the mature skateboarder who wants to age gracefully. So you could probably wear this product to skate and on a date.
So these guys are working on a video called Remedy, which is a nod towards mental health and how skateboarding can help your mental health.
That is true.
Which we can all relate to, I'm sure.
Yeah, we can all relate to that.
And where can people find out more about Gallery Skateboards, Forde?
You can either get at them on Instagram, which is simply Gallery Skateboards, or go to their website, www.galleryskateboards.com. And we just want to thank them for supporting this episode of the show.
Big ups, Gallery Skateboards.
Make sure you go support them. And remember, talk to your friends if you're having a hard time. Me and Toby always do.
Back to the show.
Back to the podcast.
Oh, I said back to the show first, so mine was better. I've got something that I reckon will seal the deal with getting on Zero. Now, don't take offence to this, right? But you know when you do your frontside airs?
I've got to tuck my knee.
You've got to tuck that fucking knee.
Yeah,
if you do that, Jamie Thomas will go...
I've tried.
No.
I've tried to
Listen,
tuck my knee.
You're throwing yourself down handrails. If you can do frontside airs that high and consistently, you can tuck your knee.
I can't get my knee. I can't
No,
get my
Joe,
knee, but
listen,
I've tried.
you can. And by doing that, that's a nod to doing it
I
properly.
will try one for you later.
Do it.
Today.
Like Jamie Thomas, if he watches this, he will agree. Little things like that will make it.
Well, I'll try for you later. I'll try.
Front's a proper bit, grab behind the knee.
I've tried though. It's not.
You need to try harder.
Grab it in front, mate.
Before
You got a good one. This is what I'm saying. You've got the board control, the pop, and the ability to do loads more grab stuff.
yeah, you are a freak hybrid between like rails and ramp. It is annoying.
Why are you not doing like kickflip leaners on minis?
Because I've tried.
You can fucking do
I've tried that.
that.
And I can't,
Why are you not?
I can't backside grab. I can only
No.
frontside grab.
I'm not taking it. You can. What about tray flip tower grabs to fakie on minis? You could do all this stuff.
We're trying to help you.
This is sick tricks that I know you could do.
I've tried to do this kind of stuff and just always die.
But imagine seeing that.
I end up getting more hurt messing around doing stuff like
On a
that.
ramp,
Just
yeah.
getting a massive rail. Like, every time I've taken myself out, it's been like, oh, I'm going to try this on a mini ramp, and then I've done the splits. And
Get the front side air sorted. We'll leave it at that.
I will try my very best just for you.
Yeah.
On
And Jamie. Do it for JT. Big JT, the chief.
On that,
Yeah?
before we go anywhere, I just want to talk about. So, I've seen the footage. You did a rail that Milton Martinez was taken to and didn't do.
I believe so.
I don't know if
that's
that's
what I was told. I don't know how true it is.
Just about to say I don't. Just about to say I don't want to say that and like lead you into it, so anyone
I don't
thinks
know how
anything bad. Like
true that is. I don't know how true it is.
But I've seen the footage. It's like a motel railing.
It's steep. It's stupidly steep.
It's one of the ones that just send you
Yeah.
into the floor, isn't it?
It was like
Is that footage out yet?
No, that would be in the
Oh,
zero
just
one.
while it comes into my mind. Hertford County Hall rail. You skated that one?
I think so.
It's hidden around the back of County Hall in Hertford. I think it's like 8 stairs. I filmed Adam Howe doing the backside tailside fakie down it.
I don't think I've ever skated.
Right, apparently it's been a bust for a while, but recently it's opened up. They're moving or something so that you can go there. That's what Charlie was talking about when we were down there.
Yeah.
It's a rad rail. Not much run up, but enough.
See, people don't tell me about these things.
Okay, well I'm telling you now.
I'm down.
I'm giving you help on frontside airs. I'm giving you rail
I'm down.
shit. And Hertford's not far for you, is it?
No, it's not far.
County Hall. Can you Google that?
County Hall, Hertfordshire.
There's a big set of stairs there that only Rodney Clark and Cundall have volleyed.
I'm down.
And
Check it
I'm
out.
sure that's got a big rail on it as well. But the one that everyone skates is like, it's an aluminium rail, round, not super fat. And I think it's 8 stairs, but it's a good one. It's a good
I'm
rail.
down. I'm always down.
So Adam Howe was there and he backtailed, so it's fakie, pretty easy.
Sick.
But it's
I don't
not,
know,
no one's
crazy.
really done much on it. It's a good rail.
Is it the one at the entrance?
No, it's kind of round the back in the courtyard. There's like brick banks that you can't skate because they sort of stop and there's a drop. But
Might be a Google Maps kind of situation.
yeah, if you go on Google Maps and just look at County Hall and then I'll show you. It's worth checking out.
Whilst we're looking
Alex, hang on.
Whilst we're looking for
I'm just going
that,
to find a clip because I've got it on my phone somewhere.
Toby can find it on his phone. I'll ask you, how did the Skateboarders Companion
Sorry.
interview come about? Because a lot of those photos from the States, right?
Yeah.
And
So,
so you, I guess, you already had that shit in the bank. Or you had
Shit in the bank.
What was it? 13 pages.
yeah, I think so.
It's
Yeah.
probably one of their biggest interviews to date in the mag.
And pretty rail heavy, right?
Yeah, how many? I can't think off the top of my head, but how many photos was from the States? So I bet that was nice, wasn't it? Like, fuck yes, I've already got 10 photos
I
down.
can't actually remember. I know, like, we'd been working on it for a while. Like, they
Yeah.
brought it up to me. They're like, we want to do an interview with you.
Mm-hmm.
I was down, but I can never really get a photographer out. Or I
Yeah.
can get Tom Quigley comes up with me quite a lot.
Yeah,
Or we'd go and do something ridiculous. I'd go and do something. Normally, if I say I'm going to go and do a rail, like, I'm going. If I can't get a
Yeah.
photographer, tough, I'm going to go and do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we'd struggled to get photos. So I'd been working on it for, like, nearly a year, I think. And then
and was the cover photo on the Companion, was that part of the selection that was potentially going to go into this?
that was shot.
Article.
That was shot knowing that I was working on it. I didn't know I was going to get a cover, though.
Because that was shot by Leo, wasn't it?
Leo came
shot.
down. I'd already done that rail once.
I've seen the footage of it, you've told me.
I already did it.
Yeah.
And I said, I'll hit Leo up. I was like, we should go and shoot this. I'll go and do it again.
So the footage I seen, that was from when you first did it, and then
Yeah.
the photo was the second
Yeah.
time.
Like, and when I went back with Leo, it was like, Charlie had just broken his collarbone. And
Yeah.
Charlie was filming in -2 weather.
And you landed it on that. You
It's
landed
good
it,
for a broken bone, isn't
Yeah,
it?
he was there filming it.
and you landed it that time as well.
I
on
stuck
the
it. I stuck the photo and then fell.
I
And
can't
then,
find this clip.
and
I'll
then
have
we
to
were
dig it out.
like, we were like, do I have to do it again? Like, I've already done it once. Do you know what I mean? Because it's so
Yeah.
scary and the risk of getting hurt is so high. They were
Yeah.
like, no, like,
Because it's got a lamppost at the bottom,
yeah,
hasn't
like
it? As
I'd
well,
hit
so
the
you have to
lamppost a
like,
few times.
yeah,
I'd have to like lean like well far back to like
Yeah.
missed the lamppost because the lamppost was just far enough away that if I was leant back the right way, I wouldn't hit it. But if I was jump off at the wrong point, I'd headbutt it.
Do you see? That just reminded me of a guy Mariano in that clip in the April video today. Blunt slides a curb and there's a post which knocks his board, which puts it into fakie 5-0. Sick. I like that.
That is sick.
Big ups. Big ups, Guy Mariano. Sorry, I was looking for that clip. I can't find it.
We were
It's
just
a good
talking
rail.
about his companion interview and how
Yeah,
that came
sick.
about. So that we're working on that for about a year.
Yeah. It's about
And
a
then-
year of doing that.
Why is there not any sequences in there? I wanted to see a sequence of the tray flip lip slide down.
That's up to the photographers.
I know,
Why
but
shoot
why-
sequences anymore?
You don't see sequences that much now.
Sidewalk used to have sequences.
That's a
and I
question you got to
used
ask
to
Rob
fucking
or
love
someone.
sequences.
Or Leo, why there's no
Yeah,
sequences?
I would have loved to seen sequences of that shit.
I'm down. I'm back in the sequence.
Yeah.
Every time I flip in, everyone's like, so I'm going to flip this into this rail. They're like, well, how am I going to shoot that?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, shoot
Sequence.
sequence. They're like, nah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, but why not? Why is everyone against sequences?
Was every photo in that mag of rail?
Yeah, we did that on purpose.
Yeah.
To be like, this is just a heavy rail thing.
Yeah.
Because I've got some flip tricks down some stairs, but also we were like,
Can you do front freeze?
can on hips, not on like.
You need to learn them downstairs.
I've tried.
No,
I've
try
definitely
harder.
tried.
Front side airs, front freeze.
Write him a list of stuff.
I could
Write
give
me a
you.
list.
I could give you a fucking enormous list
Send it
of
to the
tricks
per-
I want you to
send it
see.
to the performance
You do.
manager
I want
of
to see you
Skateboard
do
GB.
it. You want-
I just want
Send
to
a
see.
request to the performance manager.
I've already.
Skateboard
I
GB.
speak to him about it fairly regularly. I want to see this happening with so and so.
I want to see you do some road gaps, like fast road
Yeah,
gaps.
you've got.
I want to see you do a switch flip.
Can't switch flip.
You can do tray flips. You should be tray flipping road gaps.
If I find a right road gap that hasn't been tray flipped, I'm down. But I don't want to.
You can do big spin flips.
No.
Fuck's sake.
terrible
Kickflip
at
front
that.
crooks.
I can do those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's see
Done
more of
those on
them.
Done those on a handrail.
Front
Yeah.
blunt,
Coming
flip
soon.
out to fakie.
Oh,
That's a good one when it's done right.
yeah.
I've done them on park rails. Never done them on a street rail. Can't find them.
You
Actually.
can
Who
do
does
back
one
tails,
that-
right?
Yeah.
On ledges, back tail, back three out.
Who
Let's
does
see
one
that.
Back
on-
free.
Back.
I can only do. I can't backside flip, but I can frontside flip.
You need to go back to the drawing board, mate. Get these
No,
tricks done.
I'm not very good at skating. I just skate handrails.
No, right. This is bullshit. Because I'll give you an example
Just
of that,
skate
right?
handrails, you
No,
skate
you
handrails.
don't just skate handrails. Because
I do.
the other week when you came here, when you had Adidas lot here, you just threw your board down and did a tail side to fakie across the bench, and that's like as high as this table, and you just did it, right? So you have so much ability,
Yeah, but
and if I had your ability, I'd be doing all those tricks I've listed. I'd be doing all kinds of shit, and then you can do it. I know you can.
if I try and skate a ledge,
But you just want to skate fucking handrails.
It takes me 3 hours to skate a ledge trick.
I think you should bring out a
Yeah,
part
but
where there's
that's-
not a single handrail in it.
Yeah.
It's just completely.
Yeah.
So when people watch it, they're like, oh, I guess he isn't just the handrail guy.
Yeah, you've got the ability, right?
If I can find the right spot, I'll do it. Like in my Darkstar part, I kickflip wall rid this wall thing in Peterborough,
Yeah.
Yeah, but listen,
and no one was expecting that.
you're saying ledge stuff takes a long time. Yeah, that's the game.
But I've got no patience. I'm
Well,
so impatient.
Yeah, okay, but the reward for doing that, like if you came out of a part that was minimal rails and managed
Stairs,
ledge
gaps,
stuff,
wall
stairs,
rides, ledges.
it would be fucking rad. This is what I'm saying. Like everyone wants to see that. Just put the time in and do it because you've got the ability. You can do it all.
It's on the internet now.
It's on the internet.
It's on the
now.
internet now. You got to do it.
Let's start. Can we do like a poll? Who wants to see a Joe Hinson part with no handrails? Me.
But that
Is
wouldn't
that
be. But that wouldn't be how I skate.
Yeah, but-
that's not authentic to how the way I skate.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. You know, like, but you know, being a well-rounded skater, which I know you can do.
I can.
I
like
wanna
to be able
see
to do
that.
everything.
I wanna
can
see that.
Skate. I try and skate a lot of everything, but like, if
Can
I'm
you do
gonna,
back bonuses yet?
No, front bonus.
Yeah.
Do a front bonus for you on a quarter pipe.
Yeah,
Not
you've
back
shown me.
bonuses.
You show me. I just want to see you do a back bonus or do a
Imagine
trick
that,
and
yeah.
use your hands.
Imagine that. I want to see. Yeah. Anyway, whatever. We've spoken about upcoming projects a little bit, haven't we? So you might be a year Thrasher part, is it?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I think that's what me and Jamie have kind of said about the Zero thing potentially.
Yeah.
So I think that's what we're working towards. Like everything's
Nice.
kind of like this could happen. Go out, do the work. Like,
What would you like to happen with that? Not saying it's what's
Yeah.
going to happen, but what do you?
What's your goal?
Yeah,
I
these-
would like-
skating.
these three parts and stuff. What are you?
I'd like
expecting
to
from
get the Zero one on Thrasher. I'd
Yeah.
like to
a
have it as-
standalone welcome
yeah,
to
I'd
Zero.
like to have it as my welcome to Zero.
Right.
Like I'm
And
willing
you've spoken to Jamie about that, right?
I've spoken to Jamie roughly about what can happen.
Right.
Jamie's not like this is gonna happen. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
like
Yeah.
'cause Jamie's not like that. He's like this is what can happen. This is the opportunity I'm giving
But
you.
you gotta make it.
Go
happen.
out and do it and put the work in, which I'm
Yeah.
willing to go and do. You know, willing to go and kill myself for 3 hours at a handrail.
Yeah, but that's skating.
Exactly.
You know, it's...
Have you seen the meme where it says, when the Zero manager tells you to jump down the 25 stair handrail, but you're not getting paid for it, and it's just the dog where it's like, and the cat where it's going, oh.
No, I don't know how I've ended up like just on the level. Like it's like so gnarly. The level's so
It's a
gnarly.
I mean, Zero
team.
They found their niche. That Zero is. I mean, when those videos used to come out
They're
back in
my
the day of
favourite
people
videos.
waiting for videos,
Yeah.
those videos were like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Yeah, they were heavy.
Like, you know when John Alley came out with his first part,
Yeah.
and it was flip into every single rail trick, and it was like so quick. It was like 1.5 seconds per trick. It's like flip,
Yeah.
front lip.
I
flip,
love
It's
that
just
style of
bang,
editing.
bang, bang.
Yeah.
It was like, whoa, what is going on here?
I call it the Duffel style of editing. You know, like his foundation parts.
I've never heard you call it that. But
Yeah, of course you've not, because you don't come out skating and filming with me.
Toby doesn't leave Rollersnakes. He's basically.
I know, it's what happens when you're washed up.
Yeah.
let's see where you're at when you're 45.
But you know, like the old Duffel parts where it's like trick, 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 trick. There's no in between filler shit, and it's the same with Zero where it's like there's no birds in the sky or traffic going past. It's just like rail, line, gap, rail, line.
I'd say that's
gap.
more Zero starting that rather than Duffel.
I didn't say Duffel started that. I'm just saying his foundation parts. There's one of his parts where he's got like 70 something tricks in it. 'Cause it's just
Maybe that was when Foundation was under Tomiato, so maybe Jamie Thomas had some input with that editing style because he kind of made that.
maybe.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Keeps you interesting though, and it's like that fast editing style.
Yeah.
Like, keeps
It's
you
gnarly.
interested,
It's
you know?
gnarly skating.
You keep
Edited
going back.
really gnarly.
You keep going back and you're like, what?
the fuck
What
is this?
What?
Yeah, all shot VX.
It's where he skates to that Dead Moon song where he's like, D for disaster. You know, at the start where he goes, you suck, you suck. You know which video part I'm on about? What's it
Oh,
called?
Cataclysmic Abyss.
Elastic Abyss.
Cataclysmic Abyss.
That fucking video part is how you edit.
Corey Duffel,
Video.
Cataclysmic Abyss. Big up Corey Duffel. That guy's rad.
He's
Yeah.
rad.
You've got his
I've-
number. Let's phone him.
Yeah, Corey
Well,
Duffel.
I met
You're a
Corey
good lad.
Duffel. He's been doing all the world skate judging. Like, I met him.
Oh, is
the
he? I
last
didn't know
event.
that.
Yeah, I met
He's
him
had a bad hip, hasn't he? He's been injured for a while.
Yeah, I met him at the world skate.
It was
He's a
his
really nice
toe.
guy. Like
Was
he
it?
skated the
It was
course.
his hip.
It was his toe, I think.
He was skating the course when I was there. I mean, he was in Lausanne, which is sick.
Yeah.
Talking about, before we get into like your future goals and whatnot and contests, how did it feel placing in that contest and technically being a better skateboarder that day than Jamie Foy and
That's-
who
Not
else?
technically.
Look,
But
that's nuts. That was pretty
Like, because
crazy.
when I saw
is this the Canada one we're talking about?
No, this is the.
this was only like 3 months.
Lausanne one,
Yeah.
the world skate event.
Right.
Because when I saw you put up the results, I messaged you, didn't I, and said it's mad that you're actually better than, like, you placed higher than like Foy, like.
I don't know how that happened, but it just kind of happened. I got to be fair, like I got really lucky to get in. Making the cut just to get into the quarters of those events is really hard.
Is that the one where it had like, was it like the massive gap down to like Hubber and you like flip the gap to crooked?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The-
that looked massive.
That
Flippy
one,
quickie. Flippy
always.
quickie.
That's the best trick ever.
Flippy front blunty.
What do you say to anyone? I mean, I used to say it, but what do you say to anyone that's like, oh, another flip crook?
It's like Jamie
Fucking
Foy.
hell, I'd be doing them all the time.
But it's
if I
like
could do
Jamie
them
Foy
like you.
does front crooks all the time. Like,
Yeah.
It's like
It's switch front crook more.
well, yeah. And then you've got like, Andrew Reynolds frontside flip. You've got everyone with these signature tricks.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And flip crook is just the trick I find fun and like.
Yeah,
doing,
and if you
so-
can do it first go, you do it all the time.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I want to be able to do it first go, so I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose it. There's been times where I've not done it for a bit and then lost them and been like, fuck, I can't.
It's a good trick. It is a really good trick.
Yeah.
It's like the epitome of modern skateboarding, the crook grind, which everyone wants to do, and a kickflip mixed in. It's a good. It's a good one. Really
It's
good. One.
almost safe as well. I like how because you can kind of, it's not like a kick for front ball, but you're committing all the way over the rail.
This is what who was it on the 9 Club? What's his name? It was on the 9 Club yesterday. Brazilian dude.
Felipe Gasama.
Yeah, Felipe. He was talking about that. He'd much rather kickflip crook a rail than just straight in crook because he says it's easier to bail. Because if you don't get the catch, you can just kick it
away. Yeah.
So it's confirmed.
I'll tell you what trick I've seen you do recently that I don't see often. It was at Greystones where it's like out on the flat bar and you like front 180 over to kind of
crook.
like switch crook.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
To
a good one,
fake it.
that.
I don't see you do them that often.
We've only just learned them
that,
recently.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
It's a good one.
I saw
We'll
it
see
and
more of that.
I saw it
yeah.
and
No,
I
I
was
want
like,
to do it
oh,
down a rail at some point.
Ooh.
I saw that and I was like, oh
come
my
in-
God,
Are you
Hinson.
coming?
Front side.
straight front side, so
front
you're
side,
over
the rail.
Yeah, like a back blunt, but overturned.
Yeah. Because when I saw that,
to
I was,
fakie.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
I was like, oh my God, a new Hinson trick, and it's to fakie as well.
You know, you can do those. You could do that to back. You know, like front blunt overturned. So
Yeah, I've
fakie.
tried those. I couldn't do it. I've tried to figure that one out. I was trying to
What, like over return to?
No. The same trick, but they're going backside.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You're turning backside.
Yeah.
You're actually. So it's, yeah. I want to see you doing Barley grinds. I want to see Bennett grinds. I want to see you.
Tried barley grinds. I can't back 180 very well. So
All right, we'll do barley grinds then.
Tried barley grinds.
Yeah.
Before. They're quite hard to get the aim,
I want to see big spin front boards. I want to see.
Can't big spin. I can
The
front
barley
shove.
grinds-
I can backside big spin.
Stop meeting me with I can't.
You
I
can.
back-
You
Backside big
can.
spin.
And I mean this in a nice possible way. You've got so much ability. I keep going on about it. You could do all these tricks.
I
The
can't
barley
but
grinds.
I
are
can't
the-
pop shove.
Is it the switch front 180 Smith or is it the front 180 to?
From 180 to
Switch Smith?
to Switch Smith.
Yeah,
Is that your phone vibrating?
that's not mine. No, that might be producer Fraser's. But yeah,
If
you've
you're
got the
not
ability.
scared of handrails, which you're not, there's so
I'm
many
definitely scared of them.
backside 180 faking nose grinds, Spanish grinds down rails.
I've done front side 180.
Spanish
no,
grind down
Yeah,
around.
backside 180 faking nose grind, revert back the way you can.
Fucking
Can't
hell.
backside 180 very well, so I can't. I'm better at front side tricks, like front side 180s than
But
backside
front side
180s.
airs.
And
What
front
about the
side airs.
Greg Lutzker front 270 nose blunt down rails?
I'm working on front 270 board. Doesn't know about nose blunt. Not yet.
Can
Maybe.
you not give Lutzker a call? You know him.
Who's the
know
most
that's
outrageous
good, but-
person you got in your contacts right now, number wise?
Probably Jamie.
Let's phone
Yeah.
him.
No, we're not phoning
No,
Jamie.
he'll
Someone-
kick him off.
He'll
You said
kick me
yesterday
off
when
the
we were
team.
with Ali, and I said, "Who is it? Have you got Tony Hawk's number or something?"
And he was like, yeah, somewhere.
Let's phone him. He's like, "No, just no."
Imagine calling
Or was
Jamie.
it Bookie? Was it Bookie?
I think so. Yeah, maybe it's
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, he's got Bucky, yeah. That's pretty rad.
Who's the most famous skateboarder in your phone?
I don't know, there's so many. Probably Joe Hinson. But yeah, where was we? So we were just telling Hinson that he's got the ability
Yeah.
to do stuff.
What we
All
saying
we got
is-
here is travelling contests and Olympics.
Hang on. What we're saying is we're rooting for you. Let's see all these new tricks because
I'm
you could
working
do.
on some stuff.
You could
Yeah,
do
because-
big spin front blunts down rails. You
Can't
could do
big
that.
spin. I can't backside. I can frontside big spin. I can't
All right,
backside big spin.
frontside
I can't-
biggie to back blunt.
I can't put. I've done that once at a skate park recently. Did it like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so
So
you
I'm
can do that
working
down a
on it.
real rail.
I'm working on it.
The hitching rail. That'd be good for that. Let's talk a bit about Skateboard GB.
Pretty crazy that.
How that came about, what happened, etc. Go into as much detail as you want.
Well, with Skateboard GB, it's kind of sick because they help me travel and support me to.
Let's go at it. Sorry to interrupt. Your first
Interrupt.
before Skateboard GB and all that kind of thing. What was your first thoughts on Olympic skateboarding?
I thought it was cool. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
like one of those people that's against it. Like, I'm not like skateboarding. I'm not like I have to be in the Olympics. You know, just kind of. I think it's cool. It gives skateboarders opportunities to make a living skateboarding. Like,
Exactly, that's what we
who
said.
wouldn't want to go and skateboard for a living? Like, it'd be
Who wouldn't
sick.
want to be paid to go to Japan
Yeah.
to skate? You know what I mean?
Like, it's one of those things where it's like I'm not against it. I'm not like the Olympics is everything because it's not. It's not. You know.
And, like, this is going to sound like I'm being lame about the UK, but one thing that you've got in your arsenal is you're consistent, and you need to be consistent for contests.
The level's super high at these events.
Yeah. So
Crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer, isn't it? I mean, who else in the UK is skating those kind of contests to that level?
yeah, because when I watch
Do you know what I mean?
him,
It's just
when I watch him, it blows my mind because it's a level of skating that I will never understand
Yeah.
because consistency there, you can't go to the comp kind of being consistent and be like, oh, I'm sure I'll do fine. Like people
you
don't
have to practice.
People don't want to admit it, but I know for a fact from people that I've known that are in them, you've got to go with the mindset of like, I'm going to smash it. And some people don't.
is that what you do?
I go in there
some people
thinking I'm
don't-
going to skate the best I can skate.
But some
like,
people don't want to hear it. Like you got to be humble. Like, oh, if I'll place where I place and it's fun. But now people are starting to finally accept the fact. If you're going to those events and sacrificing your body and you might not want to call it training, but fucking training to be good at these events, to be consistent, you have to go with the mindset. I want to do well. I'm gonna
Yeah.
do well.
But I've not necessarily trained for contests. I've trained for the street, like to go and do like people
Yeah, so you
always
don't
confuse
write
it.
yourself off.
People always confuse it. I go to a skate park and I'll kick the front board the rail a load. I'll trail up the rail a load. And everyone's like, "You're training for content?" It's like, no, I want to do
Training
this
for myself.
in the
this-
streets consistently.
This
so I
is
can
what
make it
skate parks
work,
are for.
you
It's
know?
to get the groundwork done to take it out to the streets, right? That's why I can never understand like skate parks up until recently. They were so fucking shit, like stupid, like unachievable rails, and like you've got that in the streets already.
Yeah.
The skate parks for training to build your confidence and technique, so you can go right. I can do that flip front board, 50 times in a row, and now I'm going to take it to the streets. That's what it's for.
I think people label me as a contest skater because I do contests, and I've done quite well with the contest because of how I've skated.
How much money you made from contests?
Not enough.
Come on,
be,
how much you
enough
made?
to be as rich as I'd like to.
Well,
be.
he's been in contests for a long time now, so
I've done
unless
it.
you've wrote it down.
Yeah, I've
Do
probably
you have to
lost.
write those off on your tax return?
Yeah.
Fuck.
But the thing is, if you're saying people,
But isn't winnings excluded from that? I thought it was.
It's not.
So if you win the lottery now, would you get taxed?
I don't know
on it?
about the lottery, but skateboard contest it comes on my tax.
I guess it's work, innit?
And
Yeah.
then I can write the hotel off. I can write the food
Yeah.
off. I can write. The
So if you
petrol
say
off.
like some people have said you're a contest skater, that would make sense to me if you weren't putting out as much video parts.
But like, I'm a street skater really, and I've just
Yeah.
gone into the contest because why would I not do it? It's a chance to earn some money to help me skateboard more.
Better your profile, you know what I
Like,
mean?
you know,
Be seen.
It only helps me to do these contests. Like
Yeah.
I can't like turn down the opportunity. It's like there's one in Nottingham at the weekend. I'm gonna go and have fun, see everyone, skate. I get to skate is the priority. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I can win some money, great. If I don't win, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
So going back to the Olympics now, so how did it all unfold with SkateboardGB and
It's pretty nuts. So basically, I was doing all the contests, whatever, and then they did the first UK champs was in 2019.
Yeah.
I went thinking, it's just I'm gonna go see what happens.
Yeah.
Won that, and I was like, oh shit, like I won that. It was probably the first big contest I ever won.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that was probably the first big one. It was like, okay, like people know me for this now. And then they didn't do any because of COVID, and then they did one in 2021, I think.
So it was a good 2 year,
22,
year break, nearly 3 year break.
And then they did one at Bay, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna win. I'll just see what happens. And I won that one again. I was like, oh shit, like I've won it again.
yeah.
And then that's when I got asked if wanted to be on the. I had to apply actually to be on the national team.
yeah, there was all the
Yeah.
I had to
application
apply.
process.
Yeah. It was,
That's why a lot of people get confused with like SkateboardGB and who's on it. They're like, oh, so and so should be on it. It's like, well, did they apply?
I had to fill out a thing online to like show I could do certain tricks and stuff.
You have to tick
There's a
boxes.
criteria.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But a lot
which
of people
makes
are like, oh,
sense.
why is so and so not on the team? It's like, well, they didn't apply.
Yeah. So
Like,
that's
So-
it's pretty gnarly. Like you have to. I applied and I was like, I've done one of these contests, so hopefully that'll help and whatever. But I applied, filled the format, sent it off, and then they got back to me to them on the national team. I was like, sick, because that helps. Only like no one was paying for my travel before that. I was paying for everything off my own back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it helps out. And this is why people who moan about skateboarding in the Olympics can get fucked because you've
Well,
got
I've
some
had-
support out of it.
Yeah,
All those opportunities that come from it. I know you'll have Sean Goff, call him out, I don't care, moaning that so-and-so should be on this and why is so-and-so not involved. But like you say, there's criteria and people need to do
Yeah.
it. If they're not doing it, you can't just assume you're going to be put in on a team. You've got to go through the process.
I was
It's
saying
like,
earlier.
it's like a proper thing.
I was saying a couple of days ago, like maybe 5 or so years ago, I would have been the person that's like skateboarding in the Olympics. No, you got to keep it core. But it's like now I look at it and it's like they've gave me opportunities. They've gave you opportunities. They give you more opportunities than if you're just trying to seek out a core professional sponsorship. You know what I mean?
well, like from
they're
my
like-
experience, the core brand, like for example, no one's got any money in skateboarding. No
Yeah.
one's helping me. Like no one helps me really. I've had some help. Don't get me wrong. Like, I've had help like Rafe and Storm.
But
help
it's
me
another
and
thing.
Stuff. But like.
To get some help from it, it's a little bit of help.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
there's no way any of my sponsors could afford to pay for my flight to America.
No,
Where SkateboardGB helped me with that.
Yeah.
You know? Or SkateboardGB take me to Rome, or they take me to Lausanne, or they take me to Japan or Dubai,
Yeah.
or wherever they're going to take me. It all helps.
Is that a zero ring?
It is a zero ring. Yeah.
Did Jamie give you that?
He did send me that. It's shit
Yeah.
crazy.
Nice.
Yeah.
This is the thing with like sponsors. I mean, I think we've had this discussion before. It's like you get a little bit from a lot of people. That's the way to do it in skating.
Yeah.
Like Ali was talking about it, wasn't he?
Yeah,
You
little
get a
bit
birdhouse
soon.
giving him $150.
You get
Red Bull
Quicksilver.
getting $1,000, and
Yeah,
that's kind of it all adds up to
Yeah.
the point where you can survive, and that's the way to do it. Just need more of them. Hi, it's Toby here, your mum's favourite presenter from the Brain Drain Show. I'm here to talk to you about Rollersnakes, and I've got an absolutely fantastic double-digit discount code to give you, so stay tuned. Rollersnakes was founded in 1985 by Sir Paul Haynes, which makes it one of the UK's oldest skater-owned stores. Rollersnakes stocks all the shit-hot brands, including Adidas, Brixton, Carhartt, DC, Element, Independent, Levi's, New Balance, Palace, Polar, Santa Cruz, Spitfire, Thrasher, Volcom and Vans, and many, many more. At Rollersnakes, there is a free-to-use indoor skate park, indoor mini-ramp, and outdoor skate park, which I designed, and it's really good, and everyone loves it, and if you don't, then you suck, don't come here. We also put on numerous events throughout the year where you can turn up for free and win loads of prizes. Rollersnakes have given us a discount code for Brain Drain listeners. Enter BrainDrain10 at checkout for 10% off your next order. Minimum spend £30, terms and conditions apply. Go to rollersnakes.co.uk and buy all of your stuff and things immediately, if not sooner. That was me, your mum's new best friend. Tell your mum stop texting me. Over and out. Goodbye. What's your thoughts on DeCuna being on Heelys?
That's pretty nuts.
So I was good.
That's nuts.
So I really wanted to ask this question: Is there any sponsors that if they hit you up you wouldn't go for? Like Heelys, we were talking about this. We got told roughly how much he's got for a contract for Heelys, and we were saying like, would you skate for him? And then it eventually went on to would you be sponsored by Crocs?
Well, that's what we spoke about with Case, isn't it? Like,
so
how
like,
much would you take from Crocs to have a pro?
If
deal with
Heelys
Crocs?
came up to you and was like, "Hey, look, we'll
a
give
lot of
you."
money for that.
All right, let's. How much would it take for you? So we'll put this question. We put it to Case. We'll put it to you to see what you come out with. Crocs approach you and they're like, we're going to get into skate and we want to do a skate specific Croc.
How much a month?
Do I get royalties as well?
You get royalties, and you get a paycheck a month, but you have to be
a month.
You have to be the
What-
main
what
dude
would it
at
be?
Crocs UK. How much you took?
£6,000 a month for
Right,
royalties.
yeah, okay, well, you're going to get it because Kate's wanted 20.
Yeah.
Fuck it. You can't be too greedy, can you?
I said 2, you said 10, Kate
Yeah.
said 20.
But I guess you know how much DeCuna got for Heelys, right?
No idea.
Okay, well, I mean, it's enough money that for 6 months of him doing one hard post a month,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, when they know how much it was, they'll be like, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, I'd probably.
So, and
I'd
also,
probably do it. Not gonna
DeCuna's kind of, I'd like to get DeCuna on here actually, because I like the dude. And I know people hate on him.
lie. I'm good friends with him.
But
Yeah.
we have this rivalry, but we're
he-
good friends.
has found his lane.
He's found his niche.
And he doesn't give a fuck. He's just getting on with it. He's
and
doing all right.
He's making more money doing stuff like that
Yeah.
than you working professional skateboarder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, so good luck to him. And anyone who talks shit on him, it don't matter. He don't care.
DeCuna, if you're seeing this, I know that I know that people have mentioned about you coming on, and you might have reservations as to why you want to come on. But just come on. Just come on the show and talk about some random fucking shit. That's all we want.
Ellis Frost as well. I want to speak to
Yeah,
him.
maybe you can put in a text to
The
DeCuna
guy,
and
one of the
tell
guys
him.
I'm with is really good friends with Ellis, so you
Yeah.
should probably talk to him about that.
Ellis came here like last summer and
Ellis is rad.
before we did this. Like, I want to know all that shit. It's interesting
Right,
stuff.
it's
You
like
know?
the way DeCuna does it, like I don't get how he sorts all these deals out and stuff.
Has he got an
like,
agent?
But I don't actually know.
He must have an agent.
We don't
now.
really talk about that kind of stuff. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Good luck to
he
him.
doesn't want to tell me all his secrets.
You got to
Yeah.
remember at the end of the day, right? Yeah, people might go, "Oh, DeCuna on Hoodies," but that allows him to continue skateboarding more.
I don't think he works. I don't think he's
No,
ever,
exactly.
Like, I don't think I've ever known him to have a. Maybe
I've
known
never
him-
known.
Well, he's earned enough
I think
money
he's had a
from
job.
Heelys to
I think he had a
chill.
job
Right.
like a few years ago, or like I'm talking like a long time ago. And
Yeah.
Me and him were both growing up. Like, I don't think I've ever known him to have a job recently.
Because he's from Milton Keynes originally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, we skate together quite a bit.
That's
Oh,
why
we
he's
used
so
to
good
skate
on
together
ledges
a
and
lot.
stuff, and such a good technical skateboard, because Milton Keynes is literally the most miserable, boring arsehole looking place.
And
where,
his dad back in the day would take him to every single contest. You'd always
Yeah.
be there, little tiny Alex riding little death boards.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then he's slowly grown a little bit more.
Has he
Yeah,
got
but he
a
hasn't
pro?
grown a lot, has he?
Don't be lame.
Has he got a pro board?
No, don't think so.
Who he
on
skates for
Jart.
Jart, right?
It's on jar, yeah.
Wonder how Jart's doing. If that's doing okay.
Imagine so.
I'm surprised they've not spoken to you.
I've had offers, but
Yeah.
I've spoke to some people about some stuff, but I just don't know.
The way I see it with you, right, with Zero, if the whole Zero thing pans out, which I'm hoping it
I
does,
hope it does.
right, you should be on Thunder, Spitfire, Bronson Bearings. Whilst you're here, let's rig up something outside. We've got enough obstacles and blocks to rig up some kind of Day One-esque.
I was just about to say, you
hand-
need to enter your day one era where you're skating picnic benches and doing daft shit.
up onto the picnic
It's gonna
table.
go out.
up onto the long block, kickflip up along the block, onto the picnic table, then straight into nose grind down the rail.
Sounds sketchy, but maybe.
Yeah.
We could do that.
We need to rig this up.
Yeah.
I want you to step out of your comfort zone.
You did that last time I was here at Rollersnakes. I think
Yeah.
you broke me I tried to slap you a curb and died.
Well, then you need to learn how to fucking slap it. I mean, come
What
on.
happened with that? Didn't you you went over the hip and tried to roll onto the
Yeah.
slappy and just stacked it?
Yeah.
That wasn't even a slappy, that was a ride-on grind.
Yes.
Even better.
Yeah.
For someone that can jump down 50 stair handrails,
you
to
can't,
eat
you
shit
can't
on
do a
curb.
ride-on grind on the British curb. Let's start wrapping this up because all our questions are done.
Did we kind of get to where we needed to be with the Olympic stuff?
Oh yeah, let's talk a bit more
You
about
said
that.
they're
Sorry,
funding
yeah.
you and helping you out. Where you going next, and what do you think? What do you want the future to be with the Olympic stuff?
Well, I'm going to Japan next. They're flying me to Japan actually in a couple of weeks for the World Championships, and then after that,
Do you get like shell shocked when you see what skaters are there? Like fucking hell.
yeah, like I'm a
Yuto's
fan.
there.
Like
Foy's there.
it's crazy. Like I'm a full-on skate nerd. Like
I was going to say you're a full-on skate nerd anyway.
that's all
so
I
you're
do.
in the mix now with all those big dudes. It
Yeah,
must be
like-
pretty like.
people may not know this because I don't really like, but I literally watch everything. Like I watch bowls. Like I watch every.
Yeah.
I have
that
no
comes out on
idea what you
Thrasher.
do outside of skating.
Like
You watch
I
your
don't
skate
do a lot.
videos?
Like literally, I skate every day,
You're a skater.
and like I go to the indoor park like because
As much as you can.
every day. If I can, or I'll go skate outdoors every day. Like or if I'm not skating, I'm thinking about skating, or I'm at work. Like it's kind of
And you're working to fund going
yeah.
skating.
That's
Yeah.
literally all I do is
Yeah, I mean
skate.
you're dedicated. You got to give you that.
can
And-
see that. Yeah.
So being in the mix with Forde, like Jamie Foy's one of my favourite skaters. Like meeting Corey Duffel, meeting like all these people I look up to, like skating on a course. Like when I made the semi-finals of the last contest, being on the course with Niger, like even though I'm not the biggest fan of Niger, you still got to respect how good he is.
Did you hang out with Nigel?
I didn't know.
Can you?
Does he hang out with anyone?
He does with a few people, yeah, but I guess he gets bothered by so many people. He kind of
Can you start on when you go to these competitions and you put up like an Instagram of like your highlights or whatnot? Can you start taking out your phone and filming like a session with Foy when he's there and just mix it in? You know what I mean? So it's like trick from you, trick from Foy, trick from you. Then it's got like some of your mates in it. When you're on these courses, I want to see you killing it, but I want to see the session that you're on.
It's very like the
As
thing is
well.
with these courses, these sessions are very short.
Yeah,
so-
by the time you get there,
So
you're on there.
You have 45 minutes.
You got your designated
You have
time.
45
if you
minutes
blow
to
that,
practice.
you're fucked.
You have that's it. So
You've
you
not
get,
got time to stand there and film.
So you get three practice sessions a time. Like
Yeah.
so you'll get like say we'll get there on the Monday. You'll have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to practice. Then you'll have a day off, and then it's Thursday's a contest.
And on your day off, you've got your leg warmer things
Yeah.
on, ain't you? What does that do? Help
It's just
circulation?
it's compression, so it helps basically get rid of all the lactic acid in your muscles.
Yeah. Because some people, again, would have laughed at that, but it's like if you're skating on the level you are,
You need that
every
shit.
fucking
It
day.
helps. I can skate
like-
every day because of it. You know?
Like, yeah, because if you didn't have it, your legs are going to be fried by the third day.
Yeah. So pretty much you have 3 days, 45 minutes a day, and that's all you get. And if your board breaks, tough.
So what? Yeah.
Like, so I have 2 setups now, just in case, so I can
Yeah.
just grab another one, skate off straight away.
So you don't even have to waste time setting it up.
Yeah, you literally have your set times, and that is it. It's pretty gnarly. Like, I struggled to start off with. The first few I did, I was like, this is too much. Like, you get...
Pretty intense.
Because you can't even, like, they give you, like, a little warm-up area with a flat bar and a ledge. And I don't really warm up skating like that. I normally warm up
On
skating
16
quarter
stair
pipes.
rails.
Definitely not like that.
Down rails and quarter pipes.
Yeah, like I'll skate quarter pipes for a bit and get my legs going and whatever. But normally I have to go to the park a bit earlier, warm up on the little warm up area for like an hour just before I can feel ready to go and skate these.
And like you said,
big
if that's
things.
not necessarily how you warm up, then surely when you have your 45 minutes or whatnot, or like your first run, you're still somewhat feeling like you're warming up.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You kind of just got to I've kind of learned to just be able to drop in and do what I need to do
Yeah.
and warm up, kind of be a bit cold, like not be as warm as I need to be.
What do you think, just before we wrap it up, what do you think in that moment when like it's your run and you're like, right, I'm gonna go straight down that rail? Like what's going on in your mind? Because surely
I try not to think about it.
because surely that's just like the first time you're touching that rail or that.
like
Do you get to inspect it? Like, is it too slippy? Is it?
yeah,
like-
so basically what it is when you go to... So you get your practice sessions, you can wax whatever you like, get it all ready. And then before the actual contest itself, you get 10 minutes to warm up. That's
Yeah.
all you get on the course is 10 minutes to warm up. and you're only allowed to wax in that first 10 minutes. After the 10
Then after
minutes,
that, it's gone.
you're not allowed to wax.
Is there like a I was going to say wax Nazi. Is there like a wax invigilator? He walks around, he's like,
you can get
not waxing.
disqualified, I think. You'd have to check with
Yeah, because
Daz,
what
but
if
you can get
there's like
disqualified if you wax stuff?
so what if there's like 10, 15 people skating the hubber and you've waxed it and then you're one of the last in there and it's like
Then it's
stickier.
tough,
You just
yeah.
have to put up with it.
Yeah, it's
Also-
just,
Well, that's not fair.
yeah, it's tough. That's just is what it is.
Everyone needs a wax cadet. You know what I mean? To go like,
You need like a caddy.
That's
A
why
wax
I don't.
caddy.
yeah.
I sometimes have to change my trick because the wax.
Yeah,
is an
Felipe
issue.
Gustavo was talking about this on Nine Club, that depending on how humid or hot it is wherever they are, sometimes wax it just melts off by the time he comes around.
You just have to
run.
wax your board. Like,
Yeah.
I always have a bit of wax in my pocket and wax.
But
my
things
board.
like blunt slides, you rely on that wax.
Yeah, I just don't do blunt slides. This
Yeah.
is on a rail, and I know it's going to be good. You know.
Yeah.
That's kind of my thing, is just don't do blunt slides on ledges. And
Yeah.
like normally that stuff's some of the biggest stuff. Like we don't have in the UK, we don't have parks that are as big as these courses that are getting built.
Yeah.
So that's what we say.
sometimes-
So that's why it's limiting progression sometimes. 'cause of the
Sometimes
parks.
I'm dropped into these places, like go and do the best run you've ever done. And I'm looking down this rail, like
and everything's taller.
this thing's huge compared to. I'm looking down this rail, going, this thing's huge compared to what I normally
yeah.
like skate at a skate park. And now I've got to do the hardest tricks on it that I can do. Like, no, I'll do this in the streets and be happy with it, you know.
Yeah.
So it's nuts. It's kind of hard. It's hard, but it's fun too.
Well,
you
I
know?
guess
Yeah.
I mean, it's the best in the world, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
like that's the point of that is
Yeah.
that's to get the best out of everyone. So
And do you notice when you're in these situations that everyone in them, are they all like clean cut and sober now because they want to perform as good as they can? Because you don't
I don't
drink or
drink
do
really,
anything
no.
like that, do you? You
No,
just skate,
like-
skate.
no
skate.
Billy Bifters.
No,
You don't do
You're not
Billy
you're not
Bifters?
sparking up the biffies or
When you're in the
I'm glad I
van.
didn't, because I got drug tested for the first time at the last event.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was
and that's
weird.
Yeah.
Like they just come over, grabbed me, and was like, "You need to go." I was like, oh, like great.
yeah.
I was like, so glad I don't
So-
do anything.
What'd you have to do, piss in a bottle or something?
Yeah,
So is everyone on those courses at that time? They're all
yeah.
Sober
Because if
and
you
clean
get,
cut.
they can drug test you at any time, and you're
Yeah.
screwed. If you get caught, you get.
I thought
banned.
it was what's the word when you have to do it? When something's compulsory. I thought it was compulsory that everyone had to have that test.
No, they can randomly pick you.
So
I
they
think.
just-
It's,
They
it's compulsory, but
Yeah.
you don't get given like a set time. They
Right,
can come
okay.
and they
Yeah.
can knock on your house at 4 o'clock in the morning. You have to do it.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's the same in
So
any
who-
like professional sport.
Who's the biggest waste man on the Olympic thing? Who's the one?
Have
who's-
you had any run-ins with any of them where it's kind of like a bit?
Who's
vibey?
on gear and getting away with it?
Not really. No.
Who's
Like,
getting high, Joe?
I don't know. I don't think I've actually met anyone that's like.
We
Everyone
all know
seems-
weed is a gateway drug to harder
I
things.
know,
and
right?
So you,
No, I don't think
everyone just kind of gets
everyone's-
on, I guess.
Everyone's pretty, yeah. Everyone's pretty sound. Like,
Yeah.
no one's really like.
Who's the nicest one out of that world level?
I don't know. All of the dudes are pretty nice. Like, I've got.
All right, who's the biggest dick? Go on,
Definitely.
call out. Who's the biggest dick?
No.
Don't,
I'm not
Nigel.
going there. I'm not saying
He
anything.
didn't say no. He said no.
No.
What did Felipe say on that 9 Club? Didn't he say that he was doing those nollie heel front? Was it nollie heel front nose?
Nollie kickflip front nose.
Nollie
slides.
kickflip front nose slides, and he had to do that 8:15 in the morning.
Yeah, something like that.
It's
Like-
nuts. You get your set time, and that's the end of it. Like, so when we were in Rome, and it's like 35 degrees, 40 degrees, and it's like you're skating at midday. It's
Yeah,
like this
you've
is
got it tough.
gnarly. You don't.
Mans needs to hydrate, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
why he's got the liquid death.
That's right.
And we
And the
need to
race.
hydrate, and that's why we need liquid death. And on that note, I'm going to wrap it up right there.
Yeah.
Because I want to go see if we've got any liquid death lingering around the corner.
I know we haven't. We need to be sensible. So,
So,
Ollie,
yeah,
shut
round of applause in the studio audience for Joe and all that information right there. Make sure you follow Joe Hinson on Instagram. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe on the Brain Drain stuff, and follow our YouTube and watch previous episodes. Have you got any parting words of wisdom? Have you got any words of wisdom for anyone that is wanting to get into this line of skateboarding?
Just skateboard. That's
That's
what
it.
you can do. Go skateboarding, have fun. That's what
Yeah.
it's about.
Go
isn't it?
skating.
Go skate and have
Do you
fun.
want to say to the camera there?
I'm Joe Hinson. You've been watching the Brain Drain Show.
Definitely.
Roll the credits. Go on, say it.
Yeah, no, you have to. We're not putting this episode
Everyone
out.
does it.
Yeah,
Everyone
oh,
does
You have
it.
to.
Everyone
Just
does
say,
it.
I'm Joe
I can't do it and
You
what-
can.
All right,
We're
look
not-
at
we'll
us
look the
and
other way.
say
We're
it.
not looking.
I can't do it.
Look at us and
I
say
hate
it.
looking at a camera.
Okay, my
Oh,
name.
there you
My
go.
name's.
Can
my-
Forde just do it for me?
I'll do it for you.
Can you say it and then Forde will put
Do the
your
words.
your
No,
voice
Look.
over
that's
Forde?
even worse.
That's better.
Look,
Is it?
all right.
Right, okay, do that then. Mime
Yeah.
into there and you.
My name's Joe Hinson. You've been watching the Brain Drain Show. Roll the credits. You ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
My name's Joe Hinson. You've been watching the great. I can't even talk.
No, go on. Right, one more time. You got it.
Fucking hell, this is the
a bit
messiest
slower.
outro
A bit
ever.
slower. You got it. Right, 3, 2, 1, go.
My name's Joe Hinson. You've been watching the Brain Drain Show. Roll the credits. See, that's even better.
Right, let's go make Joe do some fucking ridiculous shit.